Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, members of Pakistani American community, President Rotary Club Rizwan Qureshi Sahab, Dr. Isma Chaudhary, elected officials, Congressman Tom Swazi, great friend of Pakistan, President of AJK, Barrister Sultan Mahmood is also with us tonight. Let me begin by thanking all of you, everyone present in this room, for the tremendous support to the flood victims of Pakistan. Everyone, you have been phenomenal. Thank you so much. My very special thanks to Congressman Swazi, who recently visited Pakistan as part of a congressional delegation. And he went there to Pakistan to see firsthand the damage, the colossal damage that has been caused by this monstrous flood in Pakistan. Thank you, Congressman, for your message of support and solidarity to the Pakistanis and Pakistani American community. We're very grateful to you. Ladies and gentlemen, as we meet here tonight, the tragedy wreaked by the unprecedented floods in Pakistan continues to unfold, such as the unpredictability of climate catastrophes that, as I speak with you, our nation is facing the worst floods ever. By now, most of you know that 33 million Pakistanis have been impacted, and these numbers will be repeated to you several times during the course of this evening. But it is very important to bear in mind that 33 million is a large number. It is, to give you a bit of perspective, the total population of the state of California and 90% of the population of Canada. This is how many people are impacted in Pakistan. 1/3 of our country, most of you know by now, is underwater. And this is, again, to give you a bit of perspective, as big an area as the state of Virginia. Over 1,600 Pakistanis have died, and hundreds of them are children. Almost 3,000 miles of roads, 392 bridges, and 18 dams being damaged badly. So this is to give you an idea of how much of the infrastructure has been affected. 1.2 million homes are damaged, and 88% of these homes are in sin. The total area of crops affected is 5.4 million acres, which means that in the coming days, we will be steering food security very starkly, and this is a challenge in coming days that we have to face. The rehabilitation phase has not started, ladies and gentlemen. We are, as of now, still in the rescue and relief phase, and rehabilitation costs have not been estimated officially, but whatever estimates have been made as of now, as of today, the cost will run into billions and billions of dollars. I have seen a figure of 30 billion, and that is going to be big and huge. We are very grateful to the international community for its support to Pakistan in its hour of need. All the nations of the world have stood in solidarity with Pakistan. We're thankful. The United States particularly has been very forthcoming in terms of assistance, and $55 million in assistance have been committed to Pakistan from the United States. During UNGA, President Biden has spoken about the devastation of floods in Pakistan, and several congressional leaders have also written letters, and they have raised awareness about the need for greater assistance to Pakistan. Globally, $160 million of flash appeal was launched by the United Nations, and I'm very happy to share with you that of $160 million, 59.4 million, which is 37.1% of the assistance requested, has been received or pledged already. So we've had a good response to the UN flash appeal. Prime Minister Shehbaz Sharif was also here recently for UNGA, along with the Foreign Minister, Mr. Bilawal Bhutto Zardari, and they held a large number of meetings to raise awareness, to draw attention towards the need for assistance to Pakistan. Foreign Minister Bhutto, ladies and gentlemen, will be in Washington, D.C. from tomorrow, and he will be meeting Secretary Blinken and other officials and congressional leaders again for the same purpose for which we have come together under this roof today. Our leaders have also drawn attention to how this is a climate-induced tragedy in Pakistan. We not only need assistance, but we also have focused in the last week of our interactions with global leadership on the need for climate justice. Ladies and gentlemen, it is important to know that Pakistan is responsible only for less than 1% of global CO2 emissions. And despite that, we are the 8th most climate vulnerable country in the world. It is important to know that we are the victims of climate calamities that we did not create. And also important to know that the global north has the responsibility to assist us and to help us become climate resilient. The UN Secretary General, while he visited Pakistan, also drew attention to this very important aspect of the tragedy. And he also, in his speeches and statements, has appealed to the world to focus on climate justice and has appealed to the richer nations of the world, to the global north, to become more responsible in helping nations like Pakistan. Smaller countries, he said, must not pay the price of decades of intransigence by the big emitters. And that is another challenge that has been highlighted as a result of the floods in Pakistan. Ladies and gentlemen, I believe that this catastrophe is calling upon all of us to play a bigger role. We have no time to lose, and rehabilitation, as I said, will cost billions and billions of dollars. This is not something which one nation can do alone. Even if a tragedy of this magnitude hit a richer nation, even then they would still have faced several challenges. Pakistan and Pakistanis, as you know, are a very resilient nation. We have faced several adversities, several climatic tragedies with a great deal of grit and bravery, and we continue to do as best as we can under the circumstances. But an important thing and an important thought that I want to leave behind and leave with you is that Pakistan wants to build back better. We believe that in every challenge there is an opportunity, and from climate mitigation to adaptation to resilience, we will need plenty of assistance going forward. I also want to thank our very generous diaspora, Pakistani Americans, who have always helped Pakistan whenever we have needed your help. During this calamity also, you've been going out of your way to help Pakistan, and wherever I go, I meet groups and organizations and associations which are doing their best to help Pakistan in every possible way that they can. As of now, $14.46 million have been received in the Prime Minister's fund, and out of these, $7.82 million are donations from the overseas Pakistanis. For your convenience, we also have a bank account here in the National Bank of Pakistan, New York. And there are also several other ways in which you can contribute. There are several NGOs that are working on ground in Pakistan, and you can make your contributions to whichever NGO you're comfortable working with. There are also several 501c3 charities to which you can donate. We will be required to continue our efforts for a long time because such is the magnitude of this tragedy. I appeal to everyone to stay engaged, and let's all of us join our hands together to ensure that we play our due role in helping Pakistanis and all the vulnerable populations around the globe, and to save them from the scourge of future climate disasters. I'm very grateful to all of you for your patience, for being here today, and for supporting Pakistan. Together, we can make a big difference. I thank you all. Thanks.